Hello, Commanders, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous Return from Beagle Point. In today's episode, we're going to talk about honesty and why it's important, based off of some things that I just saw. But before we get into that, we're going to go ahead and welcome all of the new viewers who are just joining the series right now. We are on our way back to the bubble after having visited Beagle Point all the way up at the northeastern portion of the galaxy over here. We've already made our way back through the center of the galaxy. We are right here on our way back to the bubble, which is way back over here. We have about 232 jumps yet left until our next... Sorry, I'm trying to get out of the atmosphere. 232 jumps left until we reach our next waypoint, and then probably another 100 or so jumps after that to get back to the bubble. We're still trying to make enough money to hopefully purchase a fleet carrier on our way back, as well as gather enough exobiology scans to increase our exobiology rank up to the elite status. So that's been the purpose of the journey, and we're most of the way through it at this point. We've accrued a cool, 6 billion-ish credits, something like that. I got another billion or so credits to go to reach my the number I'm trying to get to, but that's mostly just because I want to have some extra money left over after we purchase everything and get ourselves ready to go. It has been suggested that we do some other content once we get back to the bubble, such as maybe some FPS related like base infiltration stuff and things like that. I'm certainly open to that, but you guys let me know what you want more of. You want to see some variety content, or do you want to go back to, or do you want to just continue on with the fleet carrier and all of that stuff, like as we have kind of been planning? So let me know in the comments, and we'll continue playing things by ear until we figure things out. This particular system that we ended in last time had 3 planets that each had 4 biological signatures on it. I did have... I thought I know I went through and selected the next planet. They had 3 planets that had biological signatures on it. I did target the next one, and for whatever reason, it just didn't stick. I'm not sure why. So let's go ahead and get turned over this way, and then we'll get started talking about the topic for today. I struggle with multitasking, so there'll be a lot of pausing. I apologize in advance. So anyways... I watched and it should be available now over on the React playlist. I watched a video where Destiny and a bunch of other guys confronted Boogie about his medical condition, and they accused him of of it all being a scam and stuff like that. I'm not really interested in rehashing everything that happened in that particular video. Be sure to go check out that playlist to go see my comments on the subject, or the original video. It's linked in the description of that video if you would just want to see the original. Oh wait, we need to scan this. Hold on a second. What am I doing? Hold on. Again, I can't multitask, so give me a second. I gotta focus on doing this right now, and then we'll wait. But the gist of it is that they accused him of not having cancer, even though he's claiming he's having cancer. There was some money and some other stuff. You can go watch the video for any more information on that. But it kind of made me really focus on how important something like honesty really is. I think we're going to focus on the tussock, because I don't. We found the concha in the last one. That's fine. We'll do the concha then. It kind of highlights how important honesty is. You hear all the time about how you should be an honest person. You should always try to do the right thing. And it seems we get a lot of evidence in the world that the opposite is the truth. That being honest is something that makes your life harder, because you miss out, or you're not able to do certain things that you would otherwise be able to do if you were tricking people into doing the things that you want. A lot of times in the world, it feels like the people who do evil things are the ones who benefit the most. Because they're able to take what they want, and most of the time there isn't too much in the way of consequences that they experience, and that really kind of sucks. The reality of the situation is that, yeah, to some degree that is the truth. There are a lot of people in the world who get away with a lot of stuff because the world isn't perfect, and we don't have perfect justice, and it's never going to be that way. But I think that to be that kind of a person, you have to be the kind of person who doesn't care about some of the other things about living your life that make life, really worth pursuing, makes life really worth living. And one of the most important things is that I think a lot of us, especially in today's culture, we really underestimate how much people respect an honest person, how much we respect the concept of honesty, how much we look at people who are genuine and actually put, a real persona out there and, show themselves to portray a version of themselves that's actually who they are. And it's evident in the fact that whenever you find out that somebody, was lying to you, you have this innate sense of, wanting some kind of justice to happen because of that. People really like it when the person that they're dealing with is genuine and honest with them, because it makes you feel like you can trust them. And we always want to have that feeling of trust. Why can't I find a place to land? Oh, this is so annoying. Oh, because the landing gear's not down. Why is it showing me?
Landing gear deployed.
Okay, because I'm stupid. That's why. Because I'm stupid. That's the answer to that question. It's not giving me a landing spot because I'm dumb. All right. Anyways, yeah. Think of any time that you've been betrayed or lied to, or there was any kind of dishonest situation and you found out about it. And the feeling that you have is the reason why people respect honesty. It's because you don't want to ever have to feel like you've been taken advantage of, because that's one of the worst feelings in the world, is to feel like someone was trying to pull something over on you, regardless of whether it involves money or anything else. Just the feeling like you were duped in some way is it's something that at the very least makes you feel bad, and in a lot of cases makes you feel really angry, and it's something to be avoided. Now, the problem with that is that at the same time that people want honesty in most situations, there are many cases where people do not want honesty. So we as human beings have this love-hate relationship with honesty. We want honesty in certain categories of our life, but then in other categories we really don't. We want people to lie to us. We want to be told what we want to be told what we want to hear. We want people to tell us what we want to hear. That's kind of what I'm trying to say there. Unfortunately, that's Concha. So, as much as I would like to grab that, that's just not going to be an option. But, is this... Yeah, this is all Concha over here. Damn it. I hate it when it's like this, when I commit myself to something and then we move into a new spot and there's nothing of what I committed myself to, because this is all Concha. Damn it. Alright, well, let's pull up back over... Well, hold on. This is a different color over here. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be another set of... It would just be nice if the items rendered much further away than they do, because this is really annoying that I have to be right on top of it for it to even show up. Anyways, we want to be told what we want to hear in many circumstances, especially when it's something that's not super important or doesn't matter. Or, in some cases, even when it does matter. People don't like to be told they're wrong. They want to be told what they want to be told what they want to hear, or they don't want to be told that something needs to be changed, especially when it pertains to something that's the core of their being. So we kind of have this love-hate relationship with honesty, where we don't like being lied to, but at the same time, we kind of want people to lie to us. We kind of want people to pull the wool over our eyes. We kind of want people to do the things that make us feel good, and we don't want to find out that the things that made us feel good were a bunch of BS. And that kind of sucks, because I think the world would be a much better place if everybody were just honest with each other. And but even I mean, everybody struggles with just complete 100% honesty. There's certain things that, it's just, we understand intuitively it's not appropriate to say. So it kind of makes it hard to be super judgmental, like 100%, when it comes to, people who lie to get things that they want, or lie because of whatever reason it is that they're choosing to lie. It's kind of a natural thing for us to do. We lie because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. We lie because we want to get something. We lie because of this, that, or the other thing, and it's kind of the way that it is. For the good, when it comes to good reasons for, I don't want to say good reasons. That's not a good way to put that. When it comes to the less bad reasons for why we lie, okay, we're switching over. Unless this happens to be Okay, never mind. I was going to say, we're going to switch over to the other ones because we found so much freaking concha and we haven't found a damn bit of this stuff. One of the less bad reasons that we end up lying about things is because it's just easier to do that sometimes. It can be very hard on the front end to put yourself... God damn it. Are you serious? That's really annoying. Okay. Well, we'll grab 2 more samples of this, hopefully, then we'll turn around and grab some concha, and then hopefully we'll be able to find the other stuff. That's really annoying. We'll go down over this way. It can be very difficult to, you know, be honest at first, because you don't know what the response is going to be, and a lot of times people are going to be really mad if you tell them the truth. So a lot of times we lie because it's just... we feel like the consequences aren't going to be as severe if we just say what we think the people want to hear. All right, seriously, come on. This is so annoying. Okay, yep, I'm done. We're gonna switch over to concha here. I'm gonna grab 2 more samples and then we're off this planet because I have no patience for this. This is really annoying. So yeah, it's easier. Many times it's easier to just say what you think people want to hear, because you know you have the fear of consequences. That's kind of the problem with all of that. You tell somebody that they look nice when they don't, or something happens, or you did something and you know you don't want to own up to it because you feel like the consequences of what's going to happen to you are bad enough that you just want to try to get out of it. The problem with all of that is that lying may help you in the short term, but most of the time, I'm not going to say 100% of the time because that's not accurate, but most of the time it helps you in the short term, but it ends up hurting you worse in the long term because the chances of you getting found out are actually a lot higher than most people assume. At least in my experience. In my experience, you know, people who have lied almost always get found out at some point. They might get away with it for a while, but eventually something comes out and you end up finding out that what they said wasn't the truth, and you know, because they ended up misrepresenting themselves, the consequences that may have been somewhat severe before are much more severe once people find out about it, because on top of doing the bad thing that you did, or on top of whatever it was you were trying to hide, you lied about it. And now we can't trust you in addition to the fact that you did something bad. So the consequences of lying are almost always worse than if you just suck it up, deal with the problem, come forward, make it clear, and, you know, deal with it right then and there, and not turn it into something that not turn it into something that's way worse because you didn't want to deal with the consequences. Sorry, I'm kind of annoyed right now because we couldn't just get one more set of concha that was right there, easy to get. Now we're gonna have to fly around for a minute and try to find another one. This planet's irritating me to no end right now. It's really frustrating me. Hopefully this is the last one. So, you know, in the short term, it's almost always easier to lie, and that's... It's almost always easier to lie, and that's what makes it so attractive, because we're always seeking the path of least resistance. But it's a short game. It's almost always a short game. And one of the things that people don't think about when they start down that path of lying is that you're going to have to constantly live under the threat that you're going to be exposed. You know, one of the things that I've learned over the course of my life is that the stress of trying to hold on to a lie and make sure that nobody ever finds out about it just is almost never worth. It's almost never it's almost never, what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost always worse. It's almost always worse than the consequences that I would have to put up with if I had just come forward and do that. All right, we're done with this planet. It's already annoyed me to the point that I don't want to deal with it anymore. So we're gonna get out of here and head off to the next one. I know I left 3 of them behind, but I'm the kind of person that once I'm annoyed, I just don't want to deal with it anymore. So we're getting out of here. Get ourselves out of here. All right. It's not worth living with the constant fear that somebody's going to somehow find you out. And you'd be surprised how often, you know, something that you thought was taken care of ends up coming back later in some unexpected way to bite you in the ass down the road. First and foremost, if anybody else knows whatever it is that you're trying to hide, you're in a bad way, because if your relationship with them changes in a bad way and they decide they're going to they can decide at any point to expose you. So that's number one. If whatever you're involved in involves somebody else and you did something that you know you don't want people to know about, you might as well just come forward now, because eventually there's a good chance that later on something's going to happen. Your relationship with that person is going to change in a way, and in their anger or whatever, they might decide to expose you. You don't want something like that happening because somebody else has a moment of anger, or you guys try to hold it over each other's head, or whatever it is. You understand kind of what I'm getting at. You don't want to put yourself in a position where somebody has something over you. So it's almost always better to just come forward, especially if somebody else knows. It's better to just come forward, get the facts straight as quickly as possible, so that it can't be used against you later, or they can't blackmail you later, or whatever it is. You got to be really careful, especially if you end up involved in something that involves other people. But then the other side of it is that even if it's just you and you think you're the only one who knows about whatever it is that you're doing, you don't know that for sure. Like, especially in this digital age where you think that everything is hidden, it's almost always not. You'd be surprised how many people have their webcams being hijacked and audio being hijacked. You're constantly being monitored, even if you don't know you're being monitored. Like, there's so many different things out there. If there's a traffic camera that happens to catch you doing whatever it is that you don't want people to know about, there's so many things out there now that could expose you for doing something that you didn't want people to know about. There's just so many. Oh, whoa! I was trying to do something else, but unfortunately, there we go. My mouse went outside of my screen. I was trying to do that, and I don't know what's going on there. 2 probes for this one again, and it's going to probably be similar biology. Concha for Texan and Tussock. I'm just gonna go for the Concha again, and then if I get lucky and the other stuff is there, fine. Otherwise, I'm just going to oh my god. Okay. So we'll go down in this crater and hope that we get lucky. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on making sure. Oop. Sorry, I had to make sure we got into the glide and weren't going too fast. That would have been really annoying. I gotta focus and make sure I don't screw this up, because I don't want to be 21 kilometers up when we drop out. All right. So anyways, you never really know for sure. And the problem with doing things, if you feel the need to cover it up, if you feel the need to say something that's not true, then almost always it's something that you should be honest about. Because the fact that you feel the need to hide it means that there's consequences to it, and people aren't going to let you off if you lie about it. It's just the way that it is. So you end up avoiding a lot of problems, a lot of additional problems in life, if you just come forward with things to begin with, and don't allow it to become something that becomes worse for you later. And that's a hard thing to do. I'm not saying that I'm not trying to say that it's a simple solution, or it's a simple thing. I don't think we're going to be able to land anywhere up here, so let's try to get down there. And obviously, that's a case-by-case basis kind of thing. There are certain things that the consequences are already bad enough that lying ends up being your best option. That doesn't mean I'm advocating lying, but obviously, if you commit a murder or something like that, well, you have a better chance. You have a better chance of your life being better if you can lie your way out of that. But if you're participating normally in society and it's normal things with normal consequences, you know, honesty is almost always the best policy. And that's just kind of the way I think about it. It's almost never worth the additional consequences, whether it's social or legal, from lying about things to try to get out of something small. You know, just suck it up, get it over with, get the truth out there, get it behind you, and move on with your life. Lying about it just draws out the pain, as far as I'm concerned. Man, we are just getting really, really, really unlucky with terrain in this particular episode. This is super frustrating. Wait, what was that? Was that the concha? Alright, well, we got some stuff, but unfortunately, the terrain in this one is just really annoying. All right, so we'll try to grab a couple of samples here and then close it out. It's really frustrating when the terrain is like this. I really wish that they would implement a depart your ship while it's hovering kind of thing. Like, they could have this column here, but with the ship hovering over the ground. It's really annoying that that's not an option. I hate this. I hate that you have to land to get off your ship thing. Like, why? Because they didn't program it in. That's why. There's no logical reason as to why you can't do that. It's just they just didn't bother to program that in. That's the reason why. But that's really something I wish they would change, so that terrain is not a reason why you can't hop out of your ship and do something. And this specific terrain is making it extra difficult to find what I'm looking for, because there's just so much weird pixelation right now, or there's so many different contours that are being highlighted because of the weirdness of the terrain. I think we had a spot here a second ago. Ugh, the hunting and pecking around for a spot. This is ridiculous. Let me land. Alright, there we go. Centuries and centuries into the future, and we're struggling to get down on the ground. I don't get it. All right. So this is probably going to end up being the same thing. We'll grab this. We'll grab this species. We'll grab all of this species here, and then call it a day. Because I don't have the. I've been. It's been a long day for me, and I just don't have the patience to deal with this right now. Because honestly, unless we're getting the stratum tectonicus, going through and getting all of these is just not worth the time based off of my current mental state. Whatever. I know that overall, from a numbers perspective, that doesn't make sense. But you always have to take the emotional part, and I'm at the end. Oh, I'm at the end of my day, and it feels like it's been a very long day, and kind of has been a very long day, and I'm ready to be done. So let's find one more set of this stuff. And the problem is that I don't know that I'm going to be able to land anywhere in here. Oh, nope, there was a spot. Where was it? I saw it turn blue for like a fraction of a second. Oh, nope, come on. Very nice. All right. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and call that an episode. Called on account of terrain. Hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click the like button if you did, so that the YouTube algorithm will know and send the video out to as many people as possible. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so now, so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your feed and you'll be able to watch it as soon as it becomes available. Channel members get early access to all of my content, so be sure to click the join button, check out the list of options available there, and decide if any of those are right for you. If you're not interested in a membership but would like to support the channel, you can always leave YouTube's version of a tip with that thanks button. Direct contributions are greatly appreciated and a critical component to helping to turn this channel into a full-time gig, which is the dream. So again, thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Be sure to come back for the next episode, and I'll see you then. And we'll wait for that to go away.